Hello everyone, welcome to this problem large number, which is a problem where you receive as input an array of number and you're supposed to find out what is the maximum number you can have by combining those number you receive as input. That means if I receive this as input, one valid output is actually 102. That is a valid concatenation. Another valid output is 210. And among those two possible, which one is the biggest? And obviously the biggest is actually 210. So our goal here is to find out what is the biggest number we can have. And for us to have that, the idea here is all about how do you perform the comparison. That is all about this problem. So let me take this one for instance. If I want to if I want to think of an approach of applying the comparison, I can think of, if I receive two input, the big one will always be in front. I can say, okay, it work with this. If I receive 1 and 2, the result will be like this, and its work is perfect. Now, if I take something like 34, this is even like a big example. If I take 34 and 3, which one is the biggest? It's 34. So according to my logic, the biggest is actually in front. This work. Now, if I take something like an example like 3 and 10, which one is the biggest? The biggest is actually 10. But if I try to return here 103, it will not work. Why? Because we have a biggest possible solution, which is 310. So you do agree with me that compare just base yourself on the value will not be enough. Now let us say if I try to convert each of the element into string and compare the value, what will it be? This one will work with that approach. This one will work with that approach, because when I'm going to convert, this will also be big. This one will also be bigger than this. This one will work because if I compare them into string, the string 34 is actually bigger than the string 3. But this one will not work. Why will it not work? Because when I will convert them, this one, the 30 is going to be bigger than 3. And after the comparison, I'm going to return this because 30 is coming before, whereas the solution is actually 330. So we saw that comparing int is not the right solution. Comparing string value is not the right solution. The last solution we can have is combine before comparing. That means if I receive A and B, what I will do is that I will try to have the two possible combination, which is A plus B, right? And the other one, which is B plus A. And the comparison is based on the string value. So I get the string value of this one and I get the string value of this one, and I compare now the two of them. And if I do so, I'm 100% sure that I will always have everything right. So let us submit and see. Let us run and see what it will give. So like we said, we are just going to sort our num array based on what we just said. So we are going to say sort num.begin num.end, and we can directly pass our comparison function here like this. And in here, our function is taking two parameters. We are going to call left and right. And here what we're going to do is that we are going to return to string of left plus to string of right greater. I'm using greater because I want them to be sorted directly in the descending order. So I would directly have the biggest in front, so I can directly use them for my display. So I will have here a string. I will call it output, and I will return my output here. And for this case, what I will do is I will say for now in num of nums, I will just say output plus equal to string of num. So this is one way of solving this. If I'm running this, I think it will be okay. Let us run and see. Forget. Okay, let us run and see. So we have a wrong answer. This is returning 102 instead of 201. What am I missing? I have left plus right. This should be right plus left. because like I said previously, we are comparing a plus b and b plus a plus b and b plus a. That is what we are doing. Okay, now it's working. But if we submit this, we are going to miss one case. What is the case we are going to miss? Let's say you receive 0 and 0. Your comparison is going to return you what? This comparison is going to return you 0. The solution will be 0 0 at the end. The string 0 0. Or you do agree with me that 0 0 is not like a valid large number, because you should return the large number. 0 0 is actually 0. So let me run this first to prove you what I'm saying. So you do agree with me that those test cases with 0 0 will not pass, because it's going to return this instead of this. And one observation we can do is that we are going to find ourselves with leading 0 only and only if we have only 0, because if in our input there is only one number which is different from 0, that number is going to find himself at the beginning of the list. So if you find yourself with a leading 0, that means your solution is basically only with 0. So for us to handle that, we are just going to say if output of 0, that means the first element, is actually equal to a 0, then we know that we can return 0. And with that everything is okay. We are able to have a working solution. So this was my approach of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to give me any input. I'll be really happy to interact with you regarding this. See you tomorrow for a new challenge. Take care, keep learning. Ciao.